Hey, welcome back to Sensory Sense. This is episode 29, and I should start this by saying, I know, it's been a long time. It's been approximately 5 days. I guess I owe you guys an apology and an explanation. So I'm not really trying to justify this, but, work has been a pain in the ass lately. It's been pretty much sucking up all of my energy and leaving me with not much left after the fact. And so, lately I've just kind of been getting home and doing nothing, doing the bare minimum. And aside from that, I've kind of run out of things to review for the time being, at least for fall, and it doesn't seem right to do summer scents right now, like spring and summer ones. I mean, I will, but it's just like, they won't be as good right now compared to in the season itself. And aside from that, I've really just not had the motivation to do much. I've been in a pretty shitty state of mind, so like I said, I just kind of come home and do nothing, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, and, the cycle kind of repeats. I don't have any friends around here. I don't have much to do outside of work, so I do nothing. And it's terrible. It's really a bad habit. But, enough bullshit feeling sorry for myself, all that bullshit. I'm back. I think I'm going to stick to uploading every other day because there's something about uploading every day that requires a lot of, one, content, and I've pretty much exhausted most of my content that's appropriate for this time of year, as I said a couple minutes ago, or like a minute ago, something like that. But, I got some stuff coming. Hopefully I'll have, let's see, I have another Oksha sample set coming, which has, I think, 7 different fragrances in it. I'm going to review those all separately this time, because it's just half-hour videos. I mean, they're cool and all, but it's just so much for me to handle, and that and phone space, storage space, I mean. So it's like, I could stretch it out a little bit, make more content out of it, you know what I mean? Give better in-depth reviews instead of just fucking rushing through everyone trying to fulfill a certain time frame. But, anyhow, yeah, enough of that bullshit. That's my game plan. I'm gonna try for every other day, so I can actually have time to, like, get new stuff and all that. Sorry, anyhow, today we have Joseph Abboud Bespoke. And I bought this as a blind buy from Marshall's the other day. I think this past Friday for, I believe it was $18. And then I got home, I looked it up. This is $90 online, which is, if you ask me, that's a pretty good sale price at Marshall's. $18. I mean, it was 16 minus shipping. But, the only issue I really have with this one is that it's not on fragrantica, so I'm going to have to kind of spitball with this one, kind of like, kind of give it my best shot. And the bottle itself is quite nice. The box itself is quite nice. Not much padding in there though, only in the top. However, the back has the notes on it, which is very unusual for a lot of colognes and fragrances in general. Give me a minute here while I look up the website for this. Yeah, okay. Come on now, hurry up. I have not used my laptop in quite some time. Wow, okay, so the prices I'm seeing on this everywhere else are pretty damn cheap. It's just on their website they're selling it for $90 for. Everywhere else is selling it between like 30 and 50, it looks like. That's not too bad, but I don't know, man. Can't really beat 18. Especially for an eau de parfum. Come on. Sorry, technical difficulties, but I suppose I should read over the scent notes of this one. So, Top notes are grapefruit, mandarin, rosemary, and nutmeg. The middle notes are rum, lavender, cedar, and rose, and the base notes are leather, moss, tonka bean, and vanilla bean. And I will say off the bat, when I first smelled this, it didn't quite hit me at first, but now that I've worn this a couple times, this smells like something else I have, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I think it's one of my Vince Camuto ones, maybe Terra Extreme, possibly. But it's really kind of hard to say. I could compare them side by side one of these days. Oh man. Sorry, I didn't realize I had that chip in my tooth. That's terrible. I wonder when that happened. Sorry. I'm completely... My ADHD's been bad lately. It's hard for me to keep on topic for too long, but give me a minute here. I'm just trying to get this website for this actual scent pulled up, because it does, like I said, there's no fragrantica page for it, which really kind of sucks, because that's the best way to get information, in my opinion. There's a fragrance.net page for it, but that's different, you know. But let's see. Oh my god, it's $90 on there too. What the hell? Wait a minute. That's different. Huh. A fragrance.net description reads sophisticated notes of amber, Madagascan vanilla, smoked woods, and musk. There's only like one of those things in this. Who's right and who's bullshitting, I wonder? I would assume the producer knows what they're talking about. I'm also a little bit sick right now, so pardon the stuffy nose bullshit. Man, I just had this website the other day and I can't find it now. Anyhow, I'll get into the meat of this. I'm honestly not too crazy about this one, because like I said, it reminds me of another one that I own, and that when I buy something, I want it to be unique. I don't want it to be like everything else I've got. You know what I mean? It's kind of... It's just boring, you know? But that's what I get for essentially blind buying. Even though I read the notes of it, it just didn't really... You know, reading scent notes and then smelling something are completely two different things. Two completely different things, I mean... Because you can read something and be like, huh, that sounds great, but then you smell it and it smells completely different. Which is kind of what happened here. I really, really wish I could put my finger on what this smells like, though. Like, in terms of my other ones, I'm gonna have to, like, do a video comparing it to a couple ones that I have in mind that it might smell like. Don't you love the process? I'm also going to invest in maybe one or two other Oakja scents full size, because they have an Aventus clone that I was curious about. I wanted to get an actual bottle or tester, like a little thing of Aventus, but it's like $20. Why spend $20 on that when I could spend 30 on a bottle of something that's probably spot on, or at least close to it? You know, and it just seems like not a waste, but I'm not about to go spending $20 on a little, like, 2.5 milliliter vial, you know? But right off the bat, ow, don't know what that hurt, but it hurt something. It's weird, but I do pick up lavender right off the bat, even though that's a middle note. The grapefruit's kind of muted. The mandarin smells more like orange than grapefruit, so I'm gonna guess that's the mandarin shining through on the top. Rosemary, though. Kind of. The nutmeg is there, though. The rum, though. No. Kind of. But no, not really. Ah, man, it's really racking my brain as to what this smells like. I know I have something that smells like almost like completely just like this somewhere up there. Maybe just a little bit different. But anyhow, cedar. Yeah, kind of. Not a strong cedar, but there's a little bit there. Rose. Yeah, but it's very, very mild. It's like on the back end. But it's there if you really, really search for it, but it's not immediately noticeable. The, the most noticeable parts I noticed were the lavender and mandarin, as well as the nutmeg. It's strange. Anyhow, base notes of leather. Yeah, but it's super, super mild. It's not like a potent leather. It's more like a dry, aged, old leather. Moss? Sort of. Depends on the kind of moss. But, like, I guess there's a little bit in there. Tonka bean, which is kind of that, like, vanilla-y sweet type of bean, I believe, if I remember correctly. Give me a moment. Yeah, there's like an ambery type thing going on, which I'm going to assume may be the tonka bean. I'm not too sure though. Give me a minute while I look it up just to be sure. I'm gonna see if they have any of the other Joseph Abboud scents on here. But the vanilla, it doesn't really come through that well. Man, there's like a dusty, powdery thing going on in there. It's really weird. Not crazy about that. It's that kind of like chokes you out, you know what I mean? Wow, they don't have it on here. They only have 3 different Joseph Abboud scents. Black Linen, self-titled, and original. That kind of sucks. I think this weekend I'm maybe I may be going to Marshall's if I have the money after gifts. Because I gotta buy a lot of Christmas gifts still. And that really sucks. That's another thing that's been kind of preventing my reviews is that I haven't really had the money to buy anything new lately. I gotta focus on, getting gifts for family and stuff. But, that's just how it goes, I suppose. Sorry, I'm just reading some stuff here. But as for the note of tonka bean, I'm gonna see what it says here. Sorry, it stopped recording. As I was saying, I'm gonna read what this says. It says, depends on the amount, the scent varies from green grassy to sweet tobacco almond. I don't really smell either one, to be quite honest. I'm smelling something in there that I can't describe, though. It might be the moss. It's kind of like powdery, kind of dusty. Well, I guess there's kind of an almondy sort of scent in there. Not exactly almond, but something like the sweet that the the odd sweetness that like artificial almond gives. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's the tonka bean coming through then. But the vanilla, it's very muted. I think this would probably smell better on the skin, possibly, depending on the individual. But I have it on this hand right now and been wearing it for a couple hours, and I don't even smell it anymore. I could have gone nose blind to it though, seeing as I just, dug my nose into this shit for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, I would say it's a very kind of powdery, um, man, it smells better from the nozzle than it does actually in the air, which is kind of sad. But also, I forgot to do the atomizer. Come on now. It's all over me. It's all in the air. That was too much. Yeah, the atomizer's okay. Oh, man. It's not a bad scent. It's just, it's potent and it's right in my face. But it's like a warm, spicy, like, I want to say almost like, it is definitely sweet, but not too sweet. It's like a mild sweet. Citrusy. Like I said, that kind of powdery note. There's a fresh note in there that I can't quite describe other than fresh. But it would make sense if you smelled it. But yeah, it's something. It's not my favorite. It's another one of those ones that I wouldn't really go out of my way to wear unless it was my only choice, to be quite honest. It's not bad. It's just it's to me it's generic because it smells like I said, just like something else I have, and I still cannot put my finger on it, no matter how hard I try it. I'm really gonna have to try to compare it side by side with one of my other ones. I want to guess it's Vince Camuto Terra or Terra Extreme. So it's the only two I can think of that smell somewhat reminiscent of like those notes. Actually, give me a minute here. I'm going to look up both of them and see which one has similar notes to this. I'm going to start with Terra Extreme. Okay, so let's see. Terra Extreme. Okay, yeah. Wow. Okay. Terra Extreme has top notes of mandarin orange, cinnamon, grapefruit, and Sicilian bergamot, and this has top notes of grapefruit, mandarin, rosemary, and nutmeg. It Terra Extreme has middle notes of rum, orange blossom, and geranium, and this one has middle notes of rum, lavender, cedar, and rose. And Terra Extreme has base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, ambroxan, benzoin, and sandalwood, and this one has leather, moss, tonka, and vanilla bean. So I'd say that it's not exactly the same, but there's notes in there that are so similar that it's coming off as quite similar. But let me look up Vince Camuto Terra as well. Okay, Vince Camuto Terra doesn't have, there's organized by top, middle, or base. It just has the notes. It says woodsy notes, tonka bean, vanilla, citruses, sandalwood, rhubarb, and geranium. And I'd say those are also kind of similar. I'm going to guess the Terra Extreme is closer. I'd have to try it. I'll do that in a later video. In fact, I have, I don't think a comparison video would be a bad idea. But I'd rather save that for a whole video just so I could, actually have something to upload, I guess. But anyhow, this one I would say is probably definitely best for fall and maybe winter, but it's more like a fresh type of sweet, like a mild fresh type of sweet, not so well suited to cold weather, but like mildly cold weather, like I don't know, like between like 55 and like 40 something degrees Fahrenheit, that is. But yeah, it's all right. It's okay. I'm gonna give this one a. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because it's not the worst thing ever, and it's not bad. Like I said, it's just not my favorite because it's so similar to something else that I've smelled. But it's okay, 6 out of 10. That'll do it. If you see this one though, and it sounds like your kind of thing, give it a shot because at Marshall's, $18. You can't go wrong for that. To be quite honest, I mean, well, it isn't my favorite. I don't regret spending the money I did on it. They have another one there I want to try out though, but it's more of a summer scent, so I don't really want to buy it right now. They also had a clone of Versace Eros, but no, they had a clone of Armani Stronger with You, and I kind of regret not buying that, even though I have the real thing. Thought that was really neat, and it was like I didn't get a great smell of it, but to me it was like 100% on the mark. Like it was exactly the same. Now, performance of that probably would have been different, but I don't know. I didn't buy it, but I might grab that at some point. But yeah. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your dog, tell your children, I don't know, tell anybody. I'm back for now. I don't intend to go anywhere, but I didn't really intend to go anywhere last time either, but I still did, unfortunately. I'm going to really try to keep up with this, but I don't think doing a daily review is really a realistic thing to do because it's just like I said, I don't have enough stuff to review. But yeah, I'll try to do it every other day, and if not every other day, then at least once a week at the very minimum. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you're not too mad at me or disappointed or annoyed or whatever because, shit happens, life gets in the way, mental health drops, and all that shit goes on and makes doing things difficult. But here I am, and here I will remain for now. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will be back within the next couple of days. I'm hoping that Oak Chit sample comes tomorrow, the sample set, because I'm very excited about that. It's got clones of some very expensive ones in there, like a Tom Ford Lost Cherry, I believe it was, and I'm very curious about that because I've never smelled anything with a cherry scent to it yet, so that sounds quite interesting to me. But yeah, again, I keep going back on my word. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. And I will be back tomorrow, probably. If not tomorrow, the next day. Whenever I get the sample set in, I'll at least review one of them, the day of. But yeah, goodbye. Have a good one.